Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please think about hitting that sub button for me. Today I got an album review of Russ's second studio album and follow up to There's Really a Wolf. This album is called Zoo. When it comes to this new school of hip hop, Russ is actually one of my favorite rappers. I love how confident and how aware homie is. A lot of young rappers today especially, they don't come in with that. He can sing, he can spit, he produces his own music. Like, this dude does it all, you know what I'm saying? A lot of young rappers today, they're not really that knowledgeable on what's going on. They're looking for that quick money and they don't take time to build that core audience that's never gonna leave you. Guys like Russ, guys like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar's, even the Eminems back in the day, they took the time to build that audience. I remember a long time ago, Lil Yachty was on Everyday Struggle, back when Joe Budden was on it. I used to watch it all the time. And Joe Budden asked him about a 360 deal, and he didn't even know. Lil Yachty didn't even know what a 360 deal was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of these cats, man, these young cats, they come in dumb, man. Instead of touring clubs and making more bread, potentially making more bread that way, Russ took the time to actually go on tour with different acts all around the world, all around the country, right? And build his core fan base that way. It's so important to build that core audience out the mud, so you know that they're always gonna be there with you. There's certain rappers that when they drop something, that core is always gonna be there, legends and present, you know what I'm saying? Like J. Cole, for example, he has a phenomenal fan base. Kendrick Lamar, what other young rapper? Joey Badass, phenomenal, Hobson, phenomenal fan bases that every time they drop something, those fans, those diehards are always gonna be there for you. I think that having 6-figure followers on Twitter or Instagram, any social media site, who gives zero about your music, I mean, that's tough. They're basically following you without really following you. Like, they're not really rocking with you. You drop something, you know, musically as a rapper, and they don't give a about it. So it's kind of like they're not checking for you. They're not really your fans in a weird way. When it comes to this Zoo album, Russ named it that to represent all of the chaos that goes on in a rap game, all the chaos that goes with other rappers, the beefing, fake fans, right? A bunch of Delilahs coming around you, the family issues, right? Money, like all of these different things. Majority of the beats on this album was produced by Russ, except one song, which is the opening song, the flute song. And it was produced by Scott Storch. Scott Storch, I believe, you know what I'm saying, he's not appreciated enough when it comes to hip hop. He has so many classics. He's one of my favorite producers of all time, man. Scott Storch, you know what I'm saying, he had a lot of hits for Aftermath back in the day. The flute song beat is exactly how it sounds. It's this dope ass flute pattern going on. Russ comes through, drops some dope ass bars, and the choruses, man. Russ's hooks, his choruses, man, phenomenal. Russ's songwriting ability is very similar to a guy he looked up to and a guy that made me love hip hop, 50 Cent. Russ and Fifth both came into the game being able to write dope hooks and choruses. On top of being dope rappers, they can do that too. A lot of rappers have a hard time writing their own hooks. Like for me, for example, when it comes to the ghostwriting thing, I have no problem with people having help with their hooks. It's the bars that I care about. A lot of rappers can't write their own hooks. That's fine for me. But when it comes to your bars, you damn sure better be writing those. On songs like Kill 'Em All, Outlaws, and that, Russ finds himself throwing shots at all of those cats that got his name in his mouth. Russ gets a lot of hate, man. If you see my reaction videos on him, man, I've talked about this briefly. He gets a lot of hate from people, man, and it doesn't make any sense to me. At this point, it gotta be like jealousy or some stupid shit. The common notion around Russ is that he's not humble, he's very cocky, and I don't think so. I think, like I said earlier, it's just confidence. You need to be confident in yourself, believe in your abilities, and if you're self-sufficient and you got all these other things going on, you got God with you, you straight. He speaks his mind out about drugs and how fake us as human beings sometimes we can all be, and a lot of the times, homie's right, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of people don't want to hear that. The fact that Russ talks that talk, and he's actually successful, right? He went platinum on the last album, There's Really a Wolf. A lot of good things are happening for him, and he's not afraid. It's very, very threatening to producers and other rappers. I don't understand why when you speak in facts and you actually make excellent points, it's like people don't want you to talk about it. They want you to stay in this box. And Russ, he gives zero he talks about it. There's Really a Wolf was an album that Russ dug deep on. But on this Zoo album right here, he digs even deeper. He talks about an element of his life that he doesn't really talk about that much, which is his family. Parkstone Drive was a song that Russ talked about how him being successful, him changing his life around, this whole music game working for him has caused like a rift between him and his pops. His pops was the man back in the day. He lost his job and he lost his confidence. He talks about how when he was at his highest moment, his dad was at his lowest moment. You were the one that everybody looked up to, you know what I'm saying, for guidance, for help, financially or whatever it was. And now, you know, Russ is coming through. And this is family. It's supposed to be all love, but you can't do what you once did. And that can always be tough, but it's still a super weird dynamic. Me, for example, I'm always talking about how when I finally get there, when my hard work finally pays off for me, I'm taking everybody to the top. My real friends, my real family members, the people that was rocking with me from the jump, they all gonna be straight. And I would hope that like people are truly happy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because the ones that was there from the beginning, I'm gonna always be there for. To hear Russ talk about how his success, instead of, you know, being a blessing, it was kind of like a bad thing with him and his pops. I mean, it's super weird, man. You would hope that I'm making all this bread, you know what I'm saying? This is a blessing to everybody, like everybody happy, you know what I'm saying? Not mad. If you've listened to a Russ album in the past, you know that love is a huge part of a lot that he talks about. And it's something that we can all relate to, man, because we've all been there. You feel? We've all been there. On songs like Missing You Crazy, Serious, Our Time, Russ is breaking down this game called love, all the bullshit that comes from it. My favorite song on this album, I can't even decide, man. It's between Voicemail and Our Time. Like, I'm probably leaning towards Our Time. I listened to that song, no lie, like 200 times. The production and the chorus was just ridiculous as normal. That little baby on the other side, I had that song on replay, man. Y'all don't understand. Overall, I'm gonna say that this Zoo album was a success. Does it compare? I mean, is it better than There's Really a Wolf? I don't know, man. There's Really a Wolf was a phenomenal album. If you guys haven't checked it out, please go check it out. Russ really opened a lot of people's eyes with that, man. Showing everybody how multifaceted he is, man. Songwriting, rapping, production, like everything, man. I like the majority of the songs on the album, except for the Begging You song. I just wasn't really feeling the chorus. It sounded like very robotic to me. Like a robot, like a alien was saying that shit. It was just really weird for me. The beat was this like really deep Kanye West love lockdown type, you know what I'm saying? Very, very deep 808. And the beat was cool, but you know what I'm saying? That chorus, man, you listen to that Begging You song, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna give this album a 10 out of 10. Sometimes I'm looking at this album, man, I think that I'm probably one of the most lenient reviewers when it comes to this whole YouTube thing, these album reviews. It doesn't really take that much to impress me. I want to see that a rapper can spit, and if you have like added skill like Russ, like you can sing, you produce your own stuff, and you just overall like you just this thinker, I salute that. I'm not one of those reviewers that critique everything. Oh my god, he sneezed on the beat. Oh my god, like homie, like chill. It's not that, I don't go that crazy. But if something is like truly whack, like I cannot wait to say it, because I will say it. Despite even if I love an artist, I'm saying it'll kill me too, but I gotta say it. I gotta keep it a buck. But that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching it. God bless. Get in the comment box, like the video, and most importantly, do not forget to hit that sub button. And I'm out. Peace.